Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ventures Podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Marc Andreessen's post here on why AI will save the world. He's not wrong that people are freaking out and the era of artificial intelligence is here. And so I'm going to discuss this article a little bit. It's a lot of text, but I'm going to go ahead and screencast this. So if you're listening, you can click on the link in the show notes. You can watch a screencast, or this is probably a good one for those of you that are just listening. If you're watching, you can just search anywhere you get your podcast for Ventures, and this should show up. So the basic outline of this article, which I think is a very important read, is that his overall thesis is AI can and will make everything we care about better. He just sort of explains why everyone's freaking out and there's a huge panic, and how there's sort of the purists, the Baptists or whatever, that are trying to slap all the regulation and the ethics behind it to kind of halt it. And then there's people that are bootleggers that are just sort of exploiting it, getting after it. And he sort of describes why that's sort of a thing for all technological advancement. And then he goes on and goes through 5 points that AI won't kill us all. It's not going to ruin our society. It's not going to take all the jobs. If anything, it's going to create even more jobs. And it won't actually lead to crippling inequality. And there are people who do bad things with it. But if we're able to stay sufficiently ahead of it, it shouldn't be too bad of a risk. And so his thesis is that if we don't pursue AI, then China, that has a much more nefarious, a darker outlook on how to use AI for population control, is going to take over. So he basically says we need to get after this with extreme urgency on both the public and private sectors in order to compete effectively. And that really we're standing on the shoulders of giants, that we have so many people in 80 years of now people that have been building computers and AI, that we're really at a moment that all those people that came before us would be very, very excited to see this point in history that we are today. So obviously I'm not going to scroll through all this. I'll link to it in the show notes. But one thing that's pretty clear from talking to people in this industry is that the future belongs to co-pilots. We have a really credible opportunity to use AI to assist us, from everything from healthcare to legal to creative work to more menial work, copywriting, coding, etc., etc. And we're just going to see more and more co-pilots. And so I actually have this Friday, so on June 9th in Seattle, Washington. I posted this on LinkedIn here. I'll put the link in the show notes. This Friday, if you haven't already learned about this, I posted this about a month ago. I do have a couple spots open. If you are a subject matter expert in AI, generative AI, or if you are a founder looking to start a company in AI, or if you're an investor who's able and willing to write checks this summer to help launch one or more companies, we're gathering in Seattle from 1 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and then rolling out to sort of drinks and dinner to chat about what is real here, what can be built this summer, how can this be used to benefit humanity. So I'd encourage you to click on the links, and if you want to come join us, I'll probably be running more of these events as well. So all good if you can't make this one. And that's it. I'd love to hear from you. If you're doing anything in this space, you can just email me at will@wclittle.com. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I wanted to just let you know before you go that if you're interested in following along with any of the content I write, go to wclittle.com. There I have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, and just subscribe to any topic that I write about, whether it's Web3 or health science or software development or any of the miscellaneous new buzzwords like generative AI and other things that come up. And you can also publish. That new platform is called Satchel. We're letting in more folks into the beta. Think kind of like a Substack, Medium, Mirror, WordPress, but it has some new features that are coming that I think you're going to be really interested in. Also, if you're building a startup, I have a portfolio company called Startup Rocket. StartupRocket.com gives you coaching frameworks and different guides so that you have an understanding about how to build a startup in a scalable way, and you can bring in your team and your mentors and advisors and potential investors. So we've built that platform and use it internally at my venture capital group, Proto Ventures, and I would highly recommend it for you. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your week.